Suspended from his ABC late night talk show over comments after Charlie Kirk's assassination.
ABC needs to determine, is this the type of person and violent rhetoric that it wants to affiliate with?
Senior advisor to the First Lady, Mark Beckman, on Fox. The morning after Melania Trump called Kimmel corrosive with hateful and violent rhetoric. Upset over a joke last week before the White House Correspondents' Dinner attack, saying she has the glow of an expectant widow. Kimmel responded last night.
It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence.
The accused attacker Saturday night, Cole Allen, will appear in court again Thursday. He's charged with attempting to assassinate the president and 2 other counts, but U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro says,
make no mistake, this is just the beginning of this indictment, of these charges. The indictment will include a lot more charges.
The U.S. military stopped another oil tanker, enforcing that blockade on Iran's ports. Iran's demanding that be lifted and nuclear talks be delayed for it to allow open shipping again in the Strait of Hormuz. But Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports from Dubai.
While hundreds of ships remain stuck at anchor in the Persian Gulf, the first liquefied natural gas carrier from right here in the UAE did transit the Strait of Hormuz recently. It's the first LNG carrier to transit the Strait of Hormuz since the beginning of the war 2 months ago.
Oil prices are rising this morning, and at the gas pump, another surge overnight. AAA's national average for regular at $4.17 a gallon is a new high since the conflict started. And as jet fuel prices surge,
budget airlines are asking the Trump administration for $2.5 billion in government assistance. The Association of Value Airlines, which includes Frontier and Avelo, are calling it, quote, a necessary and targeted measure.
That's Fox's Carly Shimkus. America's listening to Fox News.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
A win in court for pro-choice advocates in a red state.
A Wyoming judge blocks a new state law that would have banned abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected, often as early as 6 weeks of pregnancy. Wyoming's lone abortion clinic and others challenge the restriction. The judge's block will remain in place as a lawsuit moves forward. Previously, the state Supreme Court struck down sweeping abortion and abortion pill bans, finding the restrictions violated the Wyoming Constitution. Tom Graham, Fox News.
A man who spent 25 years in prison for murder until he was paroled is no longer a convict. A judge has thrown out the verdict that put him behind bars.
New evidence that may have been withheld by the prosecution, including a large sum of money paid to the mother of their key witness, prompting the ruling. Harry Ruse has always maintained his innocence in the fatal shooting of Emmanuel Felix. New York Judge Robert Mandelbaum taking the unusual step of rebuking the former assistant DA in charge of the case for refusing to participate in the reinvestigation. Gary Baumgarten, Fox News.
The Federal Reserve is meeting today and again tomorrow to assess the economy. No interest rate cut is expected this time from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell.
Powell's press conference afterwards could potentially shed light as to whether policymakers give an approval for potential rate hikes later this year. Jerome Powell's 8 years at the Fed's helm now appears more likely to come to an end in May, clearing the way for his potential successor, Kevin Warsh, to be confirmed by the Senate before the Fed's mid-June meeting. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
A Senate committee will vote on Warsh's nomination tomorrow. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed up for the Dow, down big for the NASDAQ, the day after the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 once again closed at record highs. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. A man accused of breaking into a home in Farmers City facing charges. Police say an elderly woman alerted a neighbor Saturday night. An unknown man entered the home in the 600 block of East Water Street. The man refused to leave and attempted to prevent her from leaving to get help. Tim Murphy was taken into custody, then transported to DeWitt County Jail. Kids in the Champaign Park District's Engineering Good class spent time learning how engineers solve real-world problems. Students given community challenges and asked to design simple tools to help people. Instructors say the STEM program builds confidence, sparks early interest in future careers. Illinois House passed a bill requiring all high schools to offer nonpartisan voter registration to eligible students beginning in the 2026-27 school year. Measure named for the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. It aims to increase youth civic participation and now moves to the Senate for further consideration. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Well, that was wow. That was a wowzy. That was like, you got to be kidding. They came down in sheets. We had tornado watches, warnings.
I know it.
It was bells and whistles and alarms and bathtubs and basements and what the heck, cats and dogs sleeping together, mass hysteria.
Exactly. On the way to work today, I saw a lot of pooling in a lot of our fields.
Greg, you'll know it rained a lot when I saw a duck in the field.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we have a bunch of rainfall totals to share when we get to it.
My farmer friend said 2.4 to 2.8 is the range I had. So I don't know.
Yeah, there are some pockets where we had more than 3. That was Piatt County, out towards McLean County, for example. And I'm sure here within the listening area, we're going to come up with 3. Let's see if we go southwest at Arthur, 282 there. Mm-hmm. This would be at Villa Grove, 237, just to our east, just southeast of about Sydney for openers, 181 there. Ogden St. Joe, they check in at 257. Wow. Let's see, as far east as Danville, about 2.5 there. And you go back into the city limits around the water survey, for example. Let's see, those folks so far at 232. So yeah, anywhere between about 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches on the lower side, 2.5 or so on the higher side, plus the wet grounds underneath. And yeah, I've already seen pictures of standing water out there on the field.
Yep. Well, kind of bad timing for me to try and do a pork round and inject it with stuff and use the grill. Bad timing. Yeah. Got washed out pretty well.
Hey.
Yeah.
Plus, 60-mile-an-hour winds don't help either.
Well, yeah, it was bad timing. Bad time to use the grill, Steve. I pulled it inside, stuck
Tim
in the oven.
Onstad didn't say that on Thursday when he does his master segment about the weather.
When you see like something looks like Wizard of the Oz Bale on the barbecue,
change your plan to chili.
Anyway, put it in the oven. Worked out okay.
Yep.
Anyway, it's good to have Greg Solier, our meteorologist. Our weather this morning brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. You need a free evaluation about your copy, or might save some money on that color copy, too. Just get hold of them at 352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems, locally owned. We check with our meteorologist, Greg Solier, to kick off the Tuesday of April 28th. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I'm Stevie J. This is meteorologist Greg Solier.
Yeah, and hopefully one and all made it through okay with the multiple barrages. Of course, stuff came through here in about weekend fashion in some areas, at least during the late morning, and then that line of red came roaring on through into the late afternoon through the mid-evening across the area. And the end result, plenty of soft, muddy, standing water type grounds. Don't think we'll be back at it anytime soon, despite kind of a drier spell the next 7 to 10 days. No real warmth going back into these grounds as well. We're going to move into a pretty chilly weather pattern and a couple of cracks, opportunities for some frost. One Saturday morning, maybe another one the middle or late portions of next week before we get beyond the first week of May. We try to moderate temperatures, but that just sets up another opportunity to generate organized rainfall. And it is a cool morning out there at 53 Willett and Savoy, over at the downtown at 52 now, 51 at Rantoul, 53 down around the Tuscola area. And we've got a cool day's worth of weather today, actually within a few degrees of average at 63. Clouds this morning, some peaks for the midday and a partly sunny afternoon. Gusty west wind will subside. Another disturbance along the same boundary tracks up out of the Ohio. There'll be some bigger rains this time south of us and off southeast. So just about everyone across the Corn Belt the past 3 or 4 days will have seen some significant rainfall and an idling of field work and planting operations. Down to a low tonight of 49 as showers expand southwest to northeast across the area. Tomorrow, lingering shower in the morning, the partly sunny for the afternoon at 62. And we continue to get cooler around here for the rest of the week. Partly cloudy, 61 Thursday, only in the 50s for highs Friday and Saturday, with mid-30s and a frost patch Saturday morning, briefly back into the 60s for high temperatures Sunday through Tuesday next week, and another couple of showers across the area for Monday as well. For CVD Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Thank you so much, Greg Solier. With a lot of rain here. Boy, it was hailing a little bit of my house, too. Not big things, but you could hear the windows tink, tink, tink. Tink,
We had
tink,
that
tink.
briefly at our house also in Tolono.
But it was in sheets. I mean, it was like check the basement kind of stuff. It was.
You know, we had a power outage earlier in the day. I saw a report with Darren O'Connell, the Unity West principal, talking about how, you know, we're dealing with all the tornado warning sirens, and then we had a flash of power outage all at once. Yeah. And so they're getting the kids, you know, assembled and in the tornado warning formation when the power goes out.
Oh boy.
So then you have an elementary school full of nervous kids. So, but they handled it like champs. So,
well, I mean, you gotta, you know, be alert, and you can't be laissez-faire if there's a warning and you hear the alarms and the sirens. That means it's, you know, you need to never get blasé about that. I don't think you just gotta understand that those things happen in a blink. We don't get a lot of warning about stuff like that. I mean, you see it coming, but a tornado can 15 minutes warning maybe.
Right.
And then you got to act. It's just, you know, hurricanes, as bad as they are, you know that moving out, you got to leave for the week, all that stuff, you get a little time. And even then, some people just stay but you see the devastation, how quickly it can happen. So, yep, I think Channel 3 does a really good job. Boy, they go long form, don't they?
Yeah, they did. Kevin Leidy was at it for a couple of hours, I believe, and some of the pictures that I was seeing about DeLand Weldon had a school that had a roof that was partially bent back, DeLand Weldon school. So I believe they're out today and not doing e-learning.
That's, on the way to Clinton Lake, I believe. Yeah, it's on 10. Is it 10? Anyway, you leave, so I think where I'm going.
Now I'm seeing some pictures of that partially torn
it's right off
roof.
of 10 as you go to Clinton Lake.
That sounds right.
Yeah, I pass that all the time. And Weldon's a little bitty town just outside Clinton Lake. So, but DeLand Weldon has a nice little high school. It's right off the road, and it's a very one story, so you'd be able to see the damage pretty easily, I bet.
A lot of assessment of damage and crews evaluating everything in that full scope today. So.
Yep. If you got anything, you know, whatever happened where you live, 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line.
Yeah, let us know about the cleanup efforts that are going on also. And, you know, if there's any other reports you want to let us know, happy to get that on for you here on ESPN 93.5.
Okay, we check your sports headlines.
I was just noting this NBA Rookie of the Year of Cooper Flagg at 19 with the Dallas Mavericks in a tight race with a former Duke roommate, it said.
Ron Knuppel.
Ron Knuppel is 20 and plays for the Charlotte Hornets. There was a 26-point voting gap. As the NBA continues with their playoffs, we do have a winner in Oklahoma City over Phoenix yesterday, 131-122. So Thunder on top 4-0 to take that contest. Orlando over Detroit, 94-88. So Magic leading that 3-1. Denver over Minnesota yesterday.
Okay.
Minnesota's on top of that series, 3-2. I didn't check to see how Io and Terrence Shannon Jr. were doing.
See the score, it always a close.
Because over the weekend, we know Terrence Shannon Jr. had a 43-point game.
Io had the 43.
Io, that's right.
Io had the 43, but it was a close. We have the score? No.
That it was 125-113 with the Nuggets on top of that.
You'd expect them to win that. I presume Game 6 is out there too, and then Game 7 back in Minnesota, I would think. So we're rooting for Io and Terrence and the Minnesota Timberwolves because they've got two Illini. So.
That's right. Winners from our Cardinals yesterday, 4-2 over Pittsburgh. Now we have a summary of what happened. Okay.
No, not yet. It'll be here. But what did the Cubbies play last night?
Yes, they did.
San Diego.
San Diego is a later game, and it'll be an 8:40 start today over on US 105.9 with the Padres on top 9-7, beating the Cubs.
Dang it.
Chicago White Sox.
Cubs had won
Angels.
10 in a row.
I know.
And then they went to Los Angeles and San Diego, two of the best teams.
I know.
So, bummer. Okay.
Well, that's the ebb and flow of baseball, I suppose. Chicago White Sox over the LA Angels. That final was 8-4. On to the Stanley Cup playoffs. We had Pittsburgh over Philadelphia 3-2. Flyers are leading that 3-2. Vegas Knights over Utah 5-4 in overtime. So that's essentially sports.
Yep. Well, this Ron Knuppel, who's second to Cooper Flagg, the connection to Illinois is that this new kid from Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Basketball Player of the Year, he played with Ron Knuppel in high school, I guess, 2 years ago. I mean, Knuppel's 20, and this kid was getting 18, so it must have been like a senior sophomore thing. And anyway, so he played with that guy, and we get him. So
right, Cooper Flagg and talking about it, and the reporter asked him about Con and said, that's my brother. They talked about how close they are.
I bet they are. Well, what's Cooper? 19.
19.
It's just remarkable. They're not old enough to drink. Sit down. Get out. You're not even old enough to be in the bar.
And Keaton's going to be joining the ranks.
That's right.
And right now could go to Dallas. Is some of the
that would be a fun place to go. There's no doubt. Because alley-oop to Cooper Flagg.
Right. Two young guys.
They're talking that Keaton Wagler, our former point guard, what a remarkable thing he did.
Absolutely.
All right, Cardinals did win last night.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
Through 2 outs in the 7th inning, the Cardinals did not have a base runner. They finally got a hit from Alec Burleson, but cracked the game open in the 9th, beginning with this. 0-2 the count on Pedro Pages. The next pitch. A swing, and there's a high fly ball. That's hit to deep left field. Back to the track, the wall. It's a goner. Pedro Pages connects for his 3rd home run of the year, and the Cardinals are down by a run in the 9th inning. The pitch is swung on. That's hit high. That's hit deep. Right center field. It might go. It's a goner. We're tied at 2 in the 9th inning. Back-to-back home runs by Pages and J.J. Weatherholt. Jose Fermin doubled in 2 more runs. The Cardinals made them stand up 4-2 in a comeback win over the Pirates, with Ryan Fernandez getting the win over Dennis Santana, Soriano with the save. We're on the air tonight at 4:45 after a 4-2 win in Pittsburgh last night.
Is your home showing symptoms of foundation issues? Your home's wet basement, dingy crawl space, musty smells, cracked walls, or unlevel concrete shouldn't be ignored. Helitech can help. Life happens in your home. You and your family deserve the best. Helitech offers proven solutions in waterproofing, drainage, concrete leveling, and foundation repair services. Contact us for a free inspection at helitechonline.com.
When the water's high, we'll keep your basement dry. Heal your home with Helitech.
All right. Well, there you go. The Cardinals have this wonderful trait. Is that their 8th come from behind win?
Really?
I think it's 8 times the Cardinals come from behind to win. And that was in the bottom of the 9th. Hit 2 solo home runs from, I know Pages, I didn't hear the second guy. So it's 2 years ago we had Pedro Pages here at the Cardinal Caravan in January. So nice to have an alumni that have come to Champaign-Urbana. And that's why you should always try and get to the Cardinal Caravan.
That's right. You never know who's going to be the up-and-comer.
Yep. Our weather brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you they're always looking for good members of the team, and movement disorders like Parkinson's affect millions. Greater awareness promotes early diagnosis and better care. Learn more at carl.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Hopefully made it through A-OK on the multiple browns and barrages of shower and thunderstorm activity, heavy and severe yesterday. Widespread 1 to better than 2-inch rainfall totals, and of course, the high wind. Quieter days worth of weather ahead for the day today. We'll get into some degree of sunshine this afternoon, high at about 63. Gusty west-northwesterly wind. Back into shower activity by midnight tonight, maybe even a thunderstorm after midnight, low down to about 49. Tomorrow, a shower lingers in the morning. Partly sunny skies, high about 62 on a northwest to north wind. Moisture amounts, by the way, much lesser and lighter. Plenty of standing water now in some of those fields here across east central Illinois and the Twin Cities area at large. Fair and cooler tomorrow night. Lows near 40. Partly cloudy, 61 on Thursday. Shower chance Friday. May 1st at 56. That's it. Upper 50s on Saturday with a frost patch in the morning. We'll moderate back into the 60s here for Sunday and Monday of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Since we opened our doors in 1868, Busey has fostered deep customer relationships and vibrant communities, embodying a legacy of partnership and progress. With multiple lines of business, we provide a range of financial solutions tailored to your needs. From digital banking to planning for retirement, Busey is here to help you achieve your financial goals. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
Buying a first home can feel overwhelming, but Walter and his wife found the right guidance with Amy from the Nate Evans Group. And the 5-star review that Walter left to the Nate Evans Group, Walter says that Amy helped them navigate the entire process. She made sure they understood every single step. Walter says Amy never made them feel pressured. Instead, she focused on helping them find the right home for their needs.
Having a stress-free experience is important these days. And to navigate this market with the Nate Evans Group of eXp Realty and talk about your timeline and feel at ease because they know so much about this market. Each of the agents have more than 100 home sales in their career. So if you need that immediate cash offer, there's flexible fees. Why not sell your home for the most money possible, or investigate what your new home will be, where it will be. Maybe talk to Nate about some of the top builders in the region that he partners with and has knowledge of new developments going up before other buyers are aware of them, new construction homes before they hit the market. Call the only agent I would call if I needed to sell my home. It's Nate Evans, 217-239-7113, or an online search to Nate Evans Group to start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to theNateEvansGroup.com.
Hi, Ellen Hook, your owner of your local Ashley. This spring, we're sprouting deals on all our best-selling items. With the purchase of a queen mattress, get a free Serta adjustable base, plus low monthly payments at 0% interest up to 5 years. Take an additional 50% off clearance and floor models. Mattresses, bedrooms, patio, outdoor furniture, and all our new Ashley Luxe items are all on sale now at Ashley this spring. Spring into our best deals today at Ashley at 602 West Anthony Drive and on all social media at IL Home Stores.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambroise Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
All righty, ESPN 93.5. By the way, in that Cardinal game, the Pittsburgh pitcher, I don't know who it was working on a perfect game in the 7th. That's, wow. So you're thinking, criminy, I hope we get a hit. Forget about winning. The Cardinals win. That's really, really cool.
That's right.
Okay, 7:23. We do have our final Stever of the month. Jets Pizza.
Yes! I didn't know you were doing Jets Pizza today. Awesome.
Last one of the month because it is April 28, and April has 30 days. So all you got to do, check your knuckles if you're never sure. My father taught me that. So you do your fist. And the little high point, so you can start left or right.
Okay.
Baby finger knuckle, January. February, you just got to remember it's not, either
it's kind of odd.
28 or 29.
That's right.
March is 31. April's 30. May is 31. June is 30. July is 31. Look at that. We change hands. August 31. Boom. Remember it for the rest of your life.
I do. 30 days has September, April, June, and November.
I just never, what?
Okay.
Sorry, what'd you say?
That's the rhyme.
And then the others have what? That's too confusing. Check your knuckles. 724.
Jet's Pizza. It's 2 locations, 1907 West Springfield Avenue and 512 South Neal Street. It's one of my favorite stops because I believe it's just around $10 to get 2 slices and a drink at Jet's Pizza. And they have these different specialty pizzas that they offer each weekday. So you'll want to check that out between like 11 and 2 at Jet's Pizza. But this is $50, Stevie.
$50. That probably gets you real close to 2 loaded.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Maybe the team's been working real hard. You got through the tax season, whatever the case may be. Why not have a little pizza party at lunchtime and bring it on into the break room with the Jet's Pizza?
Might not be in. If you did taxes, you might need a few weeks off. Those people work all the time.
You're right.
It is like, wow.
But the pizza, the wings are delicious too, and the salads. That I like the cinnamon bread and things like that, and the dipping sauces. I mean, that's why I'm the size I am today.
They are good. So if you want this $50, GoStever.com, GoStever, GoStever.com, and you can register and you get an email after each night if you're one of our winners.
So good.
We get a lot of people that obviously want $50 to Jet's Pizza. And yeah, you know what's changed the dynamic of delivery? Because number one, people are freaking out that somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
Number two, you probably left your tip. If you left a tip or you can say you left a tip, there's no cash anymore.
Right.
Used to be, here's a nice $5 bill or something. But
and I feel like I did a ride along with Josh, and he took a picture and texted the person. So you're leaving the pizza at the door, however that looks, to make sure that there's
nobody
no porch
answers the
pirates
door
or things like that.
Wait a minute, you never leave a hot pizza on the.
I mean, this was like I'm coming and I'm texting you, and then
no response.
I think there was, but I think they need a record of it that they did drop it off. I don't know.
I thought you handed it to a human. Oh, that's right. That was COVID.
Exactly.
So you never looked at another human again. And I think we're still freaking out about people that are near us. It's just a weird dynamic. Don't you see people with masks still?
I do.
And I listen, you do whatever you want.
It's fine.
I don't care because they might have cancer or some sort of might be
immune
an immunity
deficiency.
I think there's a lot of it is what I said about 2020. Some people will never get over this.
Yes.
Because that's just what happens. You get afraid and whatever, and don't want to spread it to your kids. You want to go out to people. But you don't need a mask in the car alone. You don't need a mask walking the dog outside. I mean, breathe.
I got a text recently and of course, so you get so much spam these days, asking about shots and things like that, and where I'm at on getting my immunizations and things like that.
Or what?
I don't know. I didn't respond because I don't know whether people are fishing and all this.
Well,
if it's legit.
I mean, what are we shooting now?
I don't know.
I've seen shingles advertised. Go get your shingle shot and stuff. But we're done with COVID shots, I hope. Man.
Right.
I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. I get it. It was hard. I was an advocate for it because I thought we were going to all crumble into our fetal position without some hope. Because, I mean, just think of the medical field. They wore masks for years. How awful would that have been? And the rashes you got on your face, some people had real skin issues and everything else. Thank you, Jesus. We're out of that phase.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness. But still feeling repercussions,
Well, no
especially when it
question.
comes to the kids and the screens. There's a lot of talk about how kids have such a short attention span in the classroom these days because they're coming out of these COVID years of when we started to lock down, not get that integration, and we are looking at screens a lot more.
Well, it just was a damaging time, and we have to kind of come back from it. These kids that went, junior, senior year and didn't do the prom or the homecomings or anything.
That was
That's
my
just too bad.
kids.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, past that, you'll never get America to mask up again. I promise you. That will never happen again because we won't do it because we found out that all that stuff was total guesswork. 6 feet? Somebody just pulled that out of the air. We knew nothing.
Well, you did. I remember talking about you throughout this chapter, Stevie, about how far does a sneeze travel and stuff like that. I mean, we were really deep diving into, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Again,
so glad you stuck with it and rode the storm out in that chapter, because we had thought about, should we go off the air for a few days and not be together?
Who
And
thought of that? I never thought of that.
I
Did you think of
mean,
that?
there was some people on our staff that were saying maybe we shouldn't come to
that-
work.
And we never made anybody come to work. I mean, if they weren't comfortable, that's fine. But, you know. 217-359-2255, we were considered essential. So I had to carry that letter around in my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You had to have the essential letter. You're essential. You know how much money some of these people made on home improvements? Because people were home.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time for carpeting and tile. And,
right.
Maybe you did it yourself. You didn't want the guy to come in and tile without a mask and all that stuff.
Well, and then when people had to pivot and go back to work a little bit, it's, oh my goodness, daycare is off the charts.
You got really comfortable in your jammies all day. I think it's healthy to get dressed, but that's me. And act like you're going to do something.
Yes.
And then we had so much. This is an ugly topic. I'm done. We're going to go to the news. No more of the.
Okay. What a chapter.
We'll be right back. 217-359-2255. You can text us if you want the Fisher National Bank text line. We'll be right back. News from Fox. It's now 7:30. ESPN 93.5.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Late night host Jimmy Kimmel pushing back on Monday night's show, explaining his joke that drew the ire of the First Lady. This from Jimmy Kimmel Live on ABC.
It was a pretend roast. I said, our First Lady Melania is here. Look at her, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow, which obviously was a joke about their age difference.
Melania Trump roasting the late night host on X.
Kimmel's hateful and violent rhetoric is intended to divide our country. His monologue about my family isn't comedy. His words are corrosive and deepens the political sickness within America. People like Kimmel shouldn't have the opportunity to enter our homes each evening to spread hate.
Fox's Aisha Hasni, President Trump called for Kimmel to be immediately fired. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Federal Office of the Comptroller for the Currency plans to preempt Illinois' view law banning credit card swipe fees on the tax and tip portions of transactions. State Rep. Margaret Croak, who recently won the Comptroller primary, supports repealing the law. The move would halt the state's attempt to limit processing fees. Illinois lawmakers face a May 3rd deadline to place a proposed millionaire's tax constitutional amendment on the November ballot. House Democrats remain split between using revenue solely for property tax relief of dividing it between schools and rebates. House Speaker Chris Welch supports the concept but has not endorsed a specific version. New bill in Springfield would bar publishers from charging Illinois libraries higher prices for digital books and audiobooks than they charge consumers. The bill would also allow libraries to set their own loan periods. Supporters say the measure protects public access to digital materials statewide. And locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. Weather this morning brought to you by Kurt Lenschow. He's at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there. Also by Sweet Petunias, if you like antiques, collectibles, and so much more. Located in the Outlet Mall down in Tuscola, Sweet Petunias. Love antiques are so fun.
Yeah.
Might find a treasure.
That's right.
7:33, here's Greg.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. As expected, multiple rounds of thunderstorm activity and shower activity yesterday. Boy, those rain totals in the range of 1 to better than 2 inches across the area. Back into muddy mode and standing water out there out on the back 40. Partly sunny skies this afternoon. Cloud cover for this morning and a high about 63. Gusty west-northwesterly winds will fade. Back into shower activity for tonight. Maybe a late night thunderstorm, lows near 50. Tomorrow, maybe a shower threat early to mid-morning, then partly sunny for the afternoon and 62. A partly cloudy, dry Thursday at 61. Shower chances back in for the day on Friday. That's May 1st. Partly sunny skies, but cool weather. Daytime readings both Saturday and Friday, only in the mid to upper 50s. Matter of fact, come Saturday morning, a frost patch in mid-30s there. Heading back into the 60s for Sunday and Monday. Shower chances return early next week, and another lobe of cool air settles in for the middle and late portions of next week. as well. For CVTA Broadcasting, I'm Delicious Greg Solgay.
Free tomato plants. Is there a better offer in the galaxy? For over 4 decades, we've been welcoming spring with free tomato plants from First Federal Savings Bank of Champaign-Urbana. Everyone is welcome to 2 free tomato plants at the return of this great First Federal and community tradition. To get your 2 free super fantastic variety tomato plants Monday, May 4th, just come into our lobby at either First Federal location, 1311 South Neal Street, Champaign, or 301 West Springfield Avenue, Urbana. While supplies last, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. First Federal Savings Bank. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
We love this tomatoes from First Federal.
That's coming up on Monday.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe May starts on Friday, Stevie.
I know, it's crazy. One thing about tomato plants from First Federal that I found very effective, kind of a gardening tip.
Yeah?
Need to water them.
Yes, that is helpful.
I noticed in plants, generally, when you give them water, it's wow.
That's right.
I didn't know you needed water that often. What do you think you are?
Well, and especially most people say planting happens and gardening around Mother's Day. But, so that means if we get the plants from First Federal and a couple of locations to choose from on Monday, May the 4th be with you, that you need to water those while they're in the containers until you figure out where you're going to put them in a few weeks.
Greg's mentioned like frost here in the next few weeks.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. But I'm looking here at the long-range forecast, and I don't see anything over 70 degrees for the next 10 days.
Okay.
Wow. So I'm seeing
we were getting used to that, especially over the weekend with the race and everything.
No, but here's some of the highs. Some of the highs are 65, 61, 60, 54. These are the highs now.
Oh, wow.
56, 64, 70, 65, 62 in the next 10. So I see a 30s, but I don't see a 32. So maybe. Anyway, we're getting to the point of, we ought to be okay from a 32 hard freeze kind of thing, or 28 or so. I don't see that. So, because I'm thinking geraniums and all these other things.
Yeah, everybody is.
Okay, we had Willie Comer on yesterday. He was very good, the Reverend, talking about midnight basketball celebrating 15 years. And now Dr. Comer is getting hooded on May 14th.
Yes.
Very enlightening. But they have midnight basketball, and they need people to give them some money. They're doing this fundraiser on the 12th, I think.
12th, yes, at the Venue CU in downtown Champaign.
Yeah, and this is taken over 100 children, kids, not adults, kids, and they play basketball, and then they talk Jesus for a little, not very long, but they get introductions and things like that. But boy, it would really be cool if somebody wanted to help get the gym. I just can't believe that's a thing, but I think he pays $600 a week for the gym, and I just said, we have people that just would be a sure kind of a thing,
right?
So if you feel compelled to help at least for a month or maybe 3 months or something, it would be unbelievably helpful. He just leaned back and went, oh, man, if we had somebody.
Yeah.
I said, Willie, we can get somebody for that.
Right.
So you can.
It's just an online search away, midnight basketball.
Or you can text me.
Youth for Christ.
If you text me and say, hey, how do I do this? I will connect you.
Okay.
And it would be, do a month. It's $600. But they're doing it weekly. So it's, is that right? They do it weekly? Now I'm confused. Anyway, it's a fairly heavy lift for them. So I know we have people that have great resources that might want to help people doing midnight basketball.
Yes.
And try and get on straight. And they're only doing 15th year of it. And they have people that have been very successful coming out of the program, and certainly better than they would have been not having the program. So I think that's all good. Okay, Victor Davis Hanson is, I think, a tremendously good commentator and conservative. But his assessment of where we are in our life, because we roll our eyes going, wait a minute, you want to take an 8-year-old in Minneapolis and change their sex and not tell the parents, because that's legal in Minnesota to do that? It just sounds like, okay, you're joking, right? You're not going to do that because the parents don't understand who they are. What in the world are you talking about? At 8 years old? Oh, it doesn't happen often. Well, it should never happen at all.
Right.
So he assesses kind of where we are with the crazy, and I'm not saying Democrat necessarily. I think it's far left progressivism, who I think is a massive virus on our country. It is definitely harmful. And all this rhetoric, and I can play all the montages you want from the left about get in their face kind of thing, calling for this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you're dealing with not a completely sane population
Mm-hmm.
that want to be a hero, want to make a name for themselves and kill the president and all these other things is just nuts to me. So Victor Davis Hanson goes through this, and it makes a ton of sense to me. So you listen to this and tell me what you think.
Something happened this week that reveals a pattern changing everything we thought we knew about American politics. This isn't about policies anymore. This is about power. When people realize they've lost it completely, they abandon principles they once held dear. I've studied political movements for decades, but what I'm witnessing in American cities is something I never expected. The left has lost every pathway to power, and instead of adapting, they're choosing chaos. Think about their position. They don't control the House, Senate, presidency, or Supreme Court. The American people rejected their agenda decisively. We're talking about 60-40, 70-30 margins on core issues. They lost swing states, demographics they considered locked down. But here's what makes this moment so revealing. Instead of asking why they lost, instead of examining their message, instead of rebuilding like any healthy political movement would do, they've decided the problem isn't them. The problem is democracy itself.
Okay, so this is when we say, when I say you can't really talk to somebody, and again, I don't think they're Democrats. I think they're progressives, far left, bordering Marxism, fascism, socialism, communism, whatever you want to call it, and you can't disagree. That's what's changed in at least the last decade. You can't disagree with them or else.
Right.
You really get it.
And that's what makes it unappealing to talk about issues these days.
That's what
There's just so much vitriol and hate. I don't even want to go there.
Well, you don't have a choice. It's like, okay, I disagree with you. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I think here's why I think it, and here's why I think it. You can't. It's shoved down your throat because you're a hater. You're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're whatever the name is. So that's what he's saying here.
I watched this unfold in real time across multiple cities, and the pattern became unmistakable. When legal pathways fail them, they turn to illegal ones. When democratic processes reject them, they reject democratic processes. When institutions don't serve their agenda, they try to destroy those institutions.
Yeah, like the Supreme Court, they want to pack the court because they're 6'3" supposedly. But I don't think you can count on the Supreme Court to do anything, really. It's just sometimes here and there. And people that go in as conservatives come out as liberals. It's just the nature of where you live. If you live in Washington, D.C., and your kids go to the school and you never get invited to anything because it's 95% Democrat, I think the Supreme Court should be actually located in Idaho Falls, Idaho. That's where I'd put them.
And Trump saw this coming before anyone else did. Previous Republican leaders treated progressivism like a natural force you could slow but never stop. Romney managed it, McCain accommodated it, the Bush family compromised with it. They accepted that the left's institutional march was inevitable, that conservative governance meant slowing decline, not reversing it. Trump shattered that assumption. He didn't just fight progressive policies, he targeted the root systems enabling them. Universities with segregated dorms, cut federal funding unless they follow federal law, partisan public broadcasters, stop taxpayer funding, military focused on social engineering, replace leadership. This isn't rhetoric. This is systematic institutional reform, and it's working. But success creates problems.
That's why they have to have Trump fail. The more he's successful, I think he's going to say the more dangerous it is for them because they're threatened. What if we can't pull off a sweep in the upcoming elections?
The more effective Trump's approach becomes, the more desperate his opponents get.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed the shift in language first. Democratic leaders began using resistance, and by any means necessary, in ways unthinkable just years ago. Then came actions, blocking federal facilities, encouraging violence against immigration officers, calling for prosecution of federal agents doing their jobs. Do you know what this reminds me of?
This is yikes.
Confederacy in 1861. Look at the actual arguments being made by blue state governors and mayors. they're claiming the federal government has no right to enforce federal law.
That's why it's just gone off the rails. Is that are we going to agree to laws or not? And apparently, if they disagree with it, you don't have to do laws if I disagree with you. What? You can't. That's chaos. That's what they're.
Right.
That's what they're pushing for. So I mean, Victor Davis Hanson. I thought that was as good as I've ever heard him. Because to me, it's just like, yeah, that's right. That's what they're doing. It's what they're doing. And if you're a Democrat like Harold Ford Jr., who I think would be a guy that anybody could vote for president, and he's, quote, Democrat, but he's not that. He's not progressive. He's more reasonable. And there's some Democrats that are very reasonable, the Joe Manchins of the world. I think the Pennsylvania governor, he's kind of guy that Rahm Emanuel. Are you kidding? He sounds moderate now. He was Barack Obama's guy. He was the mayor of Chicago, but to me, he sounds moderate. He'll never get through. He won't stand a chance. They're going to he'll be in a primary, and there's just you're going to come out with the J.B. Pritzkers and the Gavin Newsoms and the people that are way out there with their progressive policies, and that's, I don't know if they believe it or not. They know that's what they need to do. And when the politician puts a finger in the air, that's what they do. Which way's the wind blowing? Because I need to win. And we have gotten that's why term limits won't help at all early. It'll help by 2050 if we tell all the politicians, this doesn't include you, but someday, wouldn't it be more healthy for our country to have people change in, change out without always thinking about the next election, always thinking about fundraising, always thinking about what I have to say to get reelected?
And we essentially are voting for name recognition kind of thing.
It's very hard to beat an incumbent because they got franking services. That means free mail. You can send as many things out as you'd like, and you don't pay the postage.
Oh, wow.
That's what happens when you're an incumbent, because you have to serve your constituents, right? I mean, so here's what's new. Oh, their face is on there again.
Right.
It's a huge advantage. But I think what we have to realize is that there is a line. Everybody has one. Maybe we haven't crossed your line yet. But at some point, it gets to the point of, well, this is not common sense at all. This is ridiculous how far out some of these ideas are, that the American people just aren't there. There's a percentage that are, I don't know, 10, 15. In that, it's like 40 million people. It's a lot of people. But it feels like it's a lot more than that. But
that's because it's the vocal minority. And they're getting more clickbait because you click on it because it's so outlandish. You get drawn in. That's human nature. And then it's like, what kind of freak thing is this?
It is not where most of us are. And I think that the good old days when Democrats disagreed and Republicans disagreed, it didn't turn into political violence, kind of baiting those that are not completely there. And where they get radicalized, there's more, plenty of efforts online that we never used to have, where you can learn all about this. That isn't true, but it is.
Right.
And you're a liar, and
really the AI factor and all of that. I always wonder if this is real or not.
Well, you got to always question that these days, because somebody's mouth could be moving, but it's not them, but it sounds like them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is the dangerous aspect that we're being introduced to. But in any event, what happened at the Correspondents' Dinner, they're going to reschedule, is just another example. Here's a guy that was a normal human being. I don't know if he's crazy or he's just convinced. Is he crazy or convinced? And there has been so many out there saying, we got to get in their face. We can't let them do this. If your soldier's a soldier, you got to do it. That kind of stuff. These people don't hear everything, maybe how you mean. And it is just political violence is bad, period. And I think most of the agitating, I think, is on the left. I got plenty of montages if you want to hear the proof. But there is, extremism. I agree. There's some on both sides, but most of the rhetoric, again, I've got pounds of. I haven't even bothered playing it all because you've heard them probably before. And it's just, again, when you're saying those, most of us can go, well, I'm not going to do that. Well, there's some that will because they're lost or they're radicalized in some way.
Well, there's a text and 359-2255 talking about, are we worried about the stealing of the next election?
Well, sure. I mean, listen, and both sides can cheat. It's that loose. But we've got to have something we can trust. And, the voter ID and have to be a citizen, what's so radical about that? what in the world? How can you live in this society, really, without an ID? Tell me where you don't need an ID.
I know it.
And that's supposed to be, it's an 80-20 issue, if not 90-10. 78% of Democrats agree with that. But again, we're not talking about Democrats as we are and good luck to a Democrat standing up saying, I don't think that's correct. You're not going to get anywhere, and you get shouted at because you're not going to be a true progressive. So it's destructive. You can lose your country. Don't ever think that can't happen, because it can. We were getting whiffs of that during this last term where you were getting shut down for disinformation. Can't be on the social medias because you're a liar. Who's the arbiter of that?
Right.
All right, 217-359-2255 if you'd like to jump in on the elegant rant.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10 till.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust, fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Getting new siding and windows is a part of good home maintenance, and it's also a way to improve your home's value and curb appeal. Kramer offers preservation siding and windows in lots of styles and colors. Shutters and trim will complete the look, and our online design tool will help you try before you buy. So start today and save 25%.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Orange and Blue fans know the value of preparation, teamwork, and showing up when it matters most. Just like Fred's Plumbing and Heating. For 47 years, this family-owned team has delivered dependable plumbing and HVAC installation, maintenance, and repairs throughout our community. They even offer service agreements with zero monthly cost, because protecting your home shouldn't break the budget. When you need service you can count on, choose the team that's been winning for nearly 5 decades. Trust the Orange and Blue of Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
751-217 texture. That's why we no longer have the chief, because of the very, very vocal minority. I think the birthplace of progressivism was the chief. I mean, Charlene Teeters and her 9 people went out and said how offended they are.
Yeah.
And so we acquiesced a decade or two later.
Mm-hmm.
Because the university officials simply didn't want to talk about it anymore.
Right.
Just too much attention.
And then
the
Chancellor
NCAA,
Nancy Cantor days.
Well, and we had the NCAA looked at everything as a teaching moment. And so we can't host a postseason golf tournament, volleyball, anything if you have sorry, Florida State's fine. Seminole is
with
fine.
The Seminoles and
it's all
the flaming
good.
spear.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good. Right. That's nice. That's not disrespectful.
But see, they're giving some of the Seminole tribes some scholarship money, and the Illini tribe is basically non-existent.
Why not the Fighting Seminoles? Okay, I'll take it. Bring them up here.
We say Fighting Illini because of the fighting men, the soldiers.
The soldiers from World War I, but I don't think the Illini were fighters.
That's right. The Illini tribe was a more peaceful, on the prairie kind of tribe.
If you're going to do that, you can't let Florida State have it and Kansas City Chiefs. Why aren't they picketing outside in the Atlanta Braves? Whoa.
You're right.
What the heck?
With the tomahawk chop.
We were doing the Chief thing, and he was walking off, and we had our arms folded up like him.
And it was so respectful to me. And
you don't know what you just don't know what you're talking.
Give me a break.
Anyway,
why'd you start that? We got Dr. Todd here.
I know.
Steve.
I just always love. I read the text.
Okay.
Dr. Todd saved me from myself.
No problems with the chief out here.
Right.
Well, it's just again, it's what we did. We acquiesced. We gave in to something that wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. It just wasn't. And yet, again, it's so hypocritical when I got to watch him coming in with a flaming spear down in Tallahassee. That's not fair. That's not fair. Anyway, Dr. Todd Likens, a pet pro. He's a Madison, Kirby, and Champaign veterinarian. Yeah, dogs in storms. Don't go with my dogs, man.
Yeah, since we moved, our dogs have been much calmer about storms. Maybe the houses, they don't hear as much, although the one thing they still react to is when we get a good old clap of thunder, they all go racing to want to go outside and see what's going on. So that's their thing, but not the nervous energy. I'm sure there was a lot of doggies that were on their medications last night with this.
Yeah, you can do that.
Olive just walks around and panting and kind of paces.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the thunder shirts and everything, they work to a little degree on.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about the thunder shirts. That's just like a tight jacket for them?
Conditioning.
And it works?
No, not that I've seen.
Okay.
Just another thing.
You know, back in the day when dogs ran free, we had a German Shepherd named Troy, and Troy would chase motorcycles. And Troy would chase thunder. So I don't know what it was about that rumble that you had. Troy was a hero in Philo. He saved waterman Herman Duggins from a pack of dogs. Troy came in like Rin Tin Tin. And Herman always
got in the middle of the pack and barked him down.
And they went away. And Herman said, "That dog saved my life." I said, I know. Troy's a great dog. Anyway, but it's something in the ears or something, because there's the hearing. Aren't you glad you don't hear and smell like a dog? Because you'd smell old hot dogs a mile away if you were.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my goodness. They're just amazing animals. So not too bad with your herd of some of the clap of thunder. They just want to go patrol.
Yeah, they just want to go out and see what's going on, I think. It's much... Like I said, at our other house, it was much more. We had much more anxiety. Maybe we had a couple of our dogs that are anxious, and they were probably the leaders to get everybody else worked up. And now they're much older and not as reactive. Maybe they can't hear it anymore. So it's definitely different out here than what it was.
Yeah, okay, but again, you have something a lot of dogs use for fireworks. Yep. It's just calming, and it's very you squirt in the cheek a little bit, and that's it.
Right. Any anxiety-provoking situation, visitors, coming over, fireworks, like you said, anything that's out of the norm that upsets them, a lot of dogs will pace and pant like crazy, and this will just calm them down without making them sleepy. So it works pretty well.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of dogs on it.
Dr. Todd Lykin still doing baths every 6 weeks for doggies?
You're dang right. Every 6 weeks, get them in, get those nails done. You know, they get a fancy picture, and we'll send you home. So 217-355-5051.
And Miss Taylor, is she on the text line today or no?
Yeah, she's on the text line. Like I said, baby on one side and texting on the other.
How is little Graham?
How is that little boy?
Graham's good. I saw him the other day. He's ready to type like mommy on that keyboard. So he's getting ready to respond. So if you get some gibberish, just know it's Graham on the text line.
He got his whole palm on that whole keyboard there. Hey, all right, 217-355-5051 to text Dr. Todd Lykin. It's always a pleasure.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Have a good one.
8:57 in Denver, New York.
Yeah.
7:56 in Champaign, and
that's accurate.
6:56 in Denver. We cover the world clock. The only place that I know of that is actually on the half hour, I believe, the country of India. No idea why.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think if you look on your world clock, it's all like, midnight there and 11 there, but in India it's 10:30. So I don't get it. Check it. Fact check me.
Okay.
I mean, that's just one of those. Okay, so what are we doing? I don't get it.
I mean, if you fly into the country, are you a half hour off then?
Well, if you leave, India's like, I don't know, 12 hours ahead, 13, whatever it might be. So if you're leaving O'Hare at midnight, you'll get there like, 1:30. And it'll be, I don't get it. It's just instead of the whole hour, it's a half hour there, and I think India's
a half hour offset used to balance the country's vast east-west expansive, spanning about 30 degrees of longitude, covering the gap between natural time zones. It is not daylight savings time change, as India does not observe daylight savings time.
It's just on the half hour. And by the way, the country with the most people, India. They passed China.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take a break, run to the thingamafloogie, which is most things for me.
Right.
And reset the streaming.
Okay, good.
We have it on X at Stevie JAY FM, and also
On YouTube, it's Stevie J-A-Y
You got to
show.
have the J-A-Y.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'll run upstairs and I will reset Streamer and see if the storm did something because, storms.
Yes, we are getting some texts in on the technical side.
But it shows on my phone that it's streaming. You just can't hear it, which is not very effective, actually. It's streaming. No, it's not. I can't hear it. But it says it's streaming. I know, but I can't hear it. So we'll go to work. I'll have about a 5-minute break here. Okay, 217-359-2255. If you are interested in texting us, we are always open to your thoughts and love to hear from you. It's coming up on 7:59 ESPN 93.5.
Looking for a great place to relax, grab a bite, and have some fun? Head to the Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. This well-furnished hometown tavern has something for everyone. Enjoy great food, a full bar, and a welcoming family-friendly atmosphere. Step outside to the outdoor patio, challenge your friends on the golf simulator, or check out the full game room. Whether you're stopping in with the kids for dinner or meeting friends for a drink and some gaming machines, Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill is the place to be. Ambrose Sports Bar and Grill in Villa Grove. Good food, good fun, and good times waiting for you.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Jimmy Kimmel defends himself. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, over a joke he made days before the White House correspondents' dinner attack.
It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination.
Kimmel on his ABC show late last night explained last week's joke that First Lady Melania Trump has the expectant glow of an expectant widow. In a post on X, she called that violent and hateful.
I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject. I do, and I think a great place to start to dial that back would be to have a conversation with your husband about it.
Senior advisor to the First Lady, Mark Beckman, told Fox this morning
Jimmy Kimmel should be terminated from ABC.
Kimmel was suspended briefly last year over comments related to Charlie Kirk's assassination. And as Republicans call for toning down anti-Trump rhetoric, Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna just told Fox
that political violence is out of hand, that it is affecting people in both parties, that both parties have a responsibility to address it. There should be a national commission, and we can look at concrete things. One, the role that social media is playing.
The suspected attacker Saturday night, Cole Allen, facing 3 charges so far, including attempting to assassinate the president.
The judge ordered him to remain in custody, and a detention hearing was scheduled for Thursday. Federal authorities say he took a train from California to Chicago, then on to Washington, and checked himself into the Washington Hilton ahead of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He is believed to have sent his family a letter moments before the shooting in which he expressed deep anger at the Trump administration without mentioning the president by name.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. The U.S. military has stopped another Iranian oil tanker.
What President Trump has done is block Iranian ports. They're no longer able to export crude oil. They're running out of storage. They're running out of the ability to continue their program, and it is hurting their economy each and every day.
Fox's Trey Yingst. This is also having oil prices rise and another 6-cent surge today at the gas pump. America's listening to Fox News.
If you want unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast network, Big Wireless will sell it to you right now for as little as $70 a month. Or you can buy it from Pure Talk for half of that. I'm talking about unlimited talk, text, and unlimited data for just $34.99 a month. Stop paying the big guys twice what you need to. Dial pound 250, say my name. That's pound 250, micro, to switch to Pure Talk, where the savings are truly unlimited.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The attack at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has again led to renewed Republican calls for Congress to fund Homeland Security. Congressman Martin Stutzman tells Fox Business.
This is the most irresponsible thing Congress is doing right now. We shouldn't even have to vote on it as far as like a roll call vote. It could be done as a voice vote and be done.
But Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer says the Senate did approve money for most operations by unanimous consent last month.
Funding for Secret Service and so many other agencies is sitting idly in the House of Representatives, not waiting for Democrats. We don't run the House.
waiting for Republicans.
Democrats are holding up funding for ICE and Border Patrol, demanding immigration enforcement reform. So Senate Republicans are working on a bill to provide money for ICE and CBP using a process that Democrats cannot block. Later today, King Charles will address Congress at a time of tense U.S.-Britain relations. He'll first be at the White House with the Queen and hold talks with President Trump. There's Taylor Swift news. A man accused of plotting to attack one of her concerts overseas admits to it.
Under Austrian law, the would-be attacker can only be identified as Behran A. He's admitted pledging allegiance to ISIS and planning an attack at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna in 2024. The 21-year-old could face up to 20 years in prison. His plan to kill as many people as possible outside Vienna's Ernst Happel Stadium was thwarted after a tip-off from U.S. intelligence. Behran A faces trial alongside another defendant, Arda K. The two of them and a third man allegedly planned to carry out simultaneous attacks in Saudi Arabia, Turkey and the United Arab Emirates. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed. They're up for the Dow, but down more than 300 points for the NASDAQ. The day after the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 closed at record highs. The Federal Reserve is starting a two-day meeting to assess the economy this morning, but no interest rate cut is expected this week. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. New bill in Springfield would bar publishers from charging Illinois libraries higher prices for digital books and audiobooks than they charge consumers. The bill would also allow libraries to set their own loan periods. Supporters say the measure protects public access to digital materials statewide. Federal Office of the Comptroller for the Currency plans to preempt Illinois' view law banning credit card swipe fees on the tax and tip portions of transactions. State Rep Margaret Krogh, who recently won the Comptroller primary, supports repealing the law. The move would halt the state's attempt to limit processing fees. Illinois lawmakers face a May 3rd deadline to place a proposed millionaire's tax constitutional amendment on the November ballot. House Democrats remain split between using revenue solely for property tax relief of dividing it between schools and rebates. House Speaker Chris Welch supports the concept but has not endorsed a specific version. Locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim. We're ESPN 93.5 at 8:06. A lot of rain coming in yesterday, and our meteorologist Greg Solier is with us. We have Stevie testing and doing the technical stuff right now. So he's, crawling under and trying to adjust some things because there were some power surges, some power outages in our Rocket Nation community yesterday. So we got that going on, Greg.
Okay, well, yeah, that's to be expected when you get that degree of wind, especially yesterday afternoon, and that squall line that came racing on through. Lots of 58 to 63, 65 mile per hour, short-lived, but still wind gust, not the tornadic activity that some folks were anticipating, but certainly enough action around here with the rain and the wind all combined.
So here's Stevie coming back, and Greg's on with us, Stevie.
I think we probably did lose power around here last night, so, hey, normal.
Normally when that happens, if I may, if we may have an inter-office meeting, the files don't get to go out. They have to go the usual conventional email route.
Well, so, I had reset that before you sent it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
good.
Inter-office meeting here.
Yes.
Anyway,
ladies and gentlemen, bear with us.
So I'm.
The tornado stuff, though, yesterday afternoon is different than what was happening last night. I don't think we got the tornado.
No, we did. Okay. Did not. Matter of fact, I was kind of perusing the storm reports from the Storm Prediction Center, and I think there was one maybe out towards Clinton, Illinois, and then maybe another one that was out of just east of St. Louis. This was primarily a hail, but largely just a wind event that came cranking through the area. Not to mention the rainfall, of course.
Right, that must have affected the school at DeLand Weldon that had some of the roof that was partially bent back and blown back.
Yes.
And that was that Clinton area that you just mentioned.
Yeah. Okay, we check our weather brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, a swim season is upon us. The pools will open May 23rd.
Wow.
So now's the time to get the passes and the punch cards. Keep in mind, Tuesday will be swimming discount day. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
And did you say you thought that maybe all this whole plant the flowers thing might be a little early? I see a bunch of
Yep. The wise listener to this fine radio station will have a backup plan. You know, we've already had some frosts around here and a brief light freeze that was pretty much in target and on, you know, basically what you expect in the climatological calendar. But you get into, you know, this part of May, and we've got really 2 or 3 cracks at it between Saturday and mid to late next week. So, yeah, Mother's Day typically, you know, here in Points Northward, the weekend that you want to maybe go at it. Nothing until then. And, yeah, we're going to have to keep an eye on the frost and freeze potential around here.
All right, that's the man. He's our meteorologist, Greg Solier, from Tuesday. And after 2 to 3 inches or so of rain, what say you?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Between about 1.5 inches to 2 on the shorter side, 2.5 to a little more than 3 on the higher side. Some of those 3-inch totals in spots as you ventured west of Champaign County, a little closer to home as expected around here. The rainfall totals from 181 in Homer to getting out towards and around McLean County, around Bloomington Normal. They had rainfall totals from this particular go around of 2 inches, and generally speaking, again, 1.5 inches to 2.5 in the immediate central and south central Champaign County area. But quiet weather today, becoming partly sunny as the day wears on. We're getting some reports of sun now, and visible satellite picture confirms that. Others were back in the cloudiness, and so we'll be back and forth here. Afternoon temperatures to about 63, west wind. Back into shower activity for tonight. The bigger totals this time south of us and off east I-70 corridor towards the Ohio. So there's nothing going on in field work. We're over a wide area of the Corn Belt. Lows tonight down to 49 with the aforementioned shower activity, which will move out here tomorrow mid-morning, and then partly sunny at 62. Quiet weather, but cold weather relative to almost May around here. 61 Thursday, 56, that's it on Friday, May 1st, with maybe a shower around. We're back at quiet weather for the weekend. Upper 50s Saturday with a frost patch in the morning. 67 Sunday, upper 60s Monday and Tuesday. Back into cooler weather the mid to late portions of next week as well. For Stephen Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
F&B Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. F&B securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC, MSTC, and F&B are not affiliated.
F&B Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Champaign-Urbana Ballet makes a big splash with The Little Mermaid on May 1st and 2nd at the Virginia Theater. Glamorous and amusing, this magical adventure is one for the whole family. Sponsored by Area Wide Technologies, Bill Bass Foundation, Champaign Ballet Academy, Stone Ridge Dairy, and 2 Men and a Truck. Tickets at Virginia Theater box office or visit thevirginia.org. Join CU Ballet Under the Sea with The Little Mermaid.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Your roof is your home's best protection for the elements outside. And that's why Owens Corning Roofing is designed and tested for superior performance. Kramer is a platinum preferred contractor hand-selected by Owens Corning. So start today and get 10% off the best roofing from the best roofing professionals.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
All right, 8:14, ESPN 93.5. King and Queen.
Yes.
Are in town. First time Charles has been here as king. State visit. Had tea yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah.
I believe meeting the Congress and stuff today. Huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a 4-day trip. And
Right.
they thought about it for a minute, about security and all that, but they said, nah, we've got this. We'll be fine.
Right.
So they are there and doing what they do on state visits, state dinner, and all those fancy things. So that'll be good. And we'll...
Well, speaking of security, there were a couple of texts into 217-359-2255 on the Fisher National Bank text line where the 3 assassination attempts so far. Wait and see what happens if the Democrats win the congressional majority and their Speaker of the House is third in line for presidency. Also, some chiming in and concerns about when our president leaves the White House and goes somewhere else. Why isn't that location surrounded by armed United States military setting up their first line perimeter? I mean, 3 assassination attempts. It is a lot, Stevie.
No, it's a lot. It is a lot. There was actually a time in our history, Republican Gerald Ford, there were 2 assassination attempts in a month on him. Of course, Reagan got shot. There's a culture that's developing that is devastating. If you don't say, how do Democrats feel, you say, how does the far left feel? In a recent poll, and you can check this, those on the far left think 55% of those on the far left believe that it's somewhat justified to kill the president. 55%. The younger generation says 30% can be somewhat justified to kill the president. I mentioned yesterday, astonishingly, there's a bar in Wisconsin that has free beer when he's assassinated.
Unbelievable.
How could we talk like that? Those acquiescing to the far left, don't you know that that's not what you think? But you're afraid to say anything about it.
Antonia chimed in, how can anyone believe the press corps who hates the president and be complicit in faking the shooting?
Yeah, well, I don't think this was fake.
I hadn't heard that far. But, we're all hearing now, and it's the top of the headlines about Jimmy Kimmel's comments.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel said she mentioning Melania was a glowing future widow.
Right.
Okay, so that's he's got that right to say that. He didn't say, I hope somebody shoots him tonight. Here's how you do it. He said a glowing future widow. I mean, but it adds to the culture of death to our president. I never voted for Obama. I never voted for Biden. I never wished bad on him. What is that? How can you wish harm on your political opponent? That's just wrong. You go through the system, dare I say, you pray for your opponent. You want them to make the right decisions for your country, but how can you be at such a deranged point where you think about him dying and getting free beer at a Wisconsin bar? That's not sane. It's not healthy. It's really wrong. And dare I say, evil. You don't take people out, because where would that leave us except I'll take your guy, you'll take my guy, I'll take your guy. Sounds like a gang. It's ridiculous.
Another comment about that 60 Minutes interview with Norah O'Donnell. I don't know if you saw President Trump talking to her right after that correspondence dinner and the assassination attempt.
I did not see it. I think I saw a clip of it. Well, it brought up Epstein or something in that interview. Was that the one?
Oh, really?
I'm not even sure, but it was Norah O'Donnell and Donald Trump.
Is that really the right place for this right after an assassination?
Could have been something else. Right. I just saw that's what went on X, and I didn't investigate. I didn't know he did the interview.
Yeah, I saw a clip or two of it, but and with the 3 charges against the assassination attempter Cole Allen yesterday, I can't believe someone can turn like that. He seems like, a normal kind of guy, and his classmate was saying how friendly he was.
Well, I'm
nice.
saying, is he crazy? I don't know. I just think he was convinced that something had to be done. Like the man in Utah was convinced he had to take Charlie Kirk out. You got some ill people from our perspective, but from, mechanical engineer, very successful, smart, innovator.
Sent an email to his family right before the attempt.
So he obviously snapped at some point, because how smart is it to go to that setting with knives taped to your body or whatever, however you carried them, with a long gun, automatic pistol? You think that was going to work? I mean, he did not even get into the room, which thankfully he did not. But then I'd been sure how the other Secret Service agent was shot. It might have been friendly fire for all we know. I don't think anybody knows and determined the forensics on that there. But the bottom line is he had the intent to murder. And don't be giving me a soft penalty here. This is horrible, and he should go to jail for a very long time. Unbelievable. Okay, coming up on 8:20, ESPN 93.5. We had a lot of weather in the last 24 hours. Brought to you this morning by Busey. For over 158 years, it's Busey, member FDIC. Here's our meteorologist, Greg Soyer.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign, Urbana vicinity. As expected, multiple rounds of thunderstorm activity and shower activity yesterday. Boy, those rain totals in the range of 1 to better than 2 inches across the area. Back into muddy mode and standing water out there out on the back 40. Partly sunny skies this afternoon. Cloud cover for this morning and a high about 63. Gusty west-northwesterly winds will fade. Back into shower activity for tonight. Maybe a late night thunderstorm, lows near 50. Tomorrow, maybe a shower threat early to mid-morning, then partly sunny for the afternoon and 62. A partly cloudy, dry Thursday at 61. Shower chances back in for the day on Friday. That's May 1st. Partly sunny skies, but cool weather. Daytime readings both Saturday and Friday, only in the mid to upper 50s. Matter of fact, come Saturday morning, a frost patch in mid-30s there. Heading back into the 60s for Sunday and Monday. Shower chances return early next week, and another lobe of cool air settles in for the middle and late portions of next week as well. For CVTA Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust. Fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. There's no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help you improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
When the storm rolls in, where will you go? Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your family with a custom storm shelter from Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services. At Berg Tanks, their shelters are fiberglass and plate steel safe rooms that can be installed in your garage or exterior, in ground, or on a concrete pad. Built to withstand the toughest storms, giving you a safe, secure place when you need it most. Whether you need a compact unit for a small space or a larger shelter for the whole family, they've got you covered. Their expert team handles everything from excavation to installation so you can have peace of mind before the next storm strikes. Berg Septic also specializes in septic pumping, new system installation, grease trap cleanings, repairs, and maintenance plans to keep your home running smoothly. Call Berg Septic and Storm Shelter Services today at 217-367-8632 or visit them online at bergtanksinc.com. That's BERGtanksinc.com. Okay, 823.
We are getting some pushback about
that's fine.
Violence on the other side.
There's no violence. This is very one-sided, okay?
I mean, January 6th is being brought up on
And
the
January 6th was what again? how many people from the FBI were involved in that? You think that was a true insurgence when people were being invited in, walking around the Capitol? You don't think that insurgents bring guns and try and shoot everybody? It was some wackos that went in the Capitol. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not convinced this was,
It says, why do you completely ignore how the president talks about those who disagree with him? And, Bob Mueller died. Are you glad he's dead? Describing Democrats as enemy from within.
Well, how about all the people
scum and animals?
Well, I would not say what Donald Trump
I
said.
know
I don't
that.
agree
He
with
never
all that,
chooses
but
the right
he's
words
not-
in
you're-
these situations,
How many
it seems
times do you
like.
want me to play the 10 minutes I have of people on the left talking like get up in their face, and your soldier has to do what a soldier does, inferring you got to go get them? And what about violence against our ICE agents? I can play it all. I think you've heard it all. It's just culturally wrong. Greg Gutfield on the 5 last night.
Well, they're running away from this story because they know they got their fingerprints all over it. I disagree with Harold with all due respect. A call for unity is not for us. We don't need it.
He called for it, though.
No. I'm just saying that it's not for me to hear. It's for your side. We don't need it because it's only a one-way thing. You mentioned some examples like the Pelosi thing, which is a mental illness thing. The Wisconsin thing, we still aren't sure what the hell happened there. The Whitmer thing was a plot. Who created the plot? That would take an entire special to go under. I disagree with Jesse. This guy did hear voices. They were Tim Waltz's, they were Ted Lieu's, they were Brandon Johnson's, they were CNN's, they were The View, they were MS Now. Okay. I think this is a helpful assassination attempt because it is the first one to show that you can be radicalized by liberal smugness. If you read his posts and if you read his manifesto, it sounds like every smarmy, sanctimonious, self-satisfied pronouncement from an asshole like Brandon Johnson, like Waltz, like Lieu, the people who think they know better than you. This guy was not a crank. He was not deranged. Don't buy into that narrative because it lets these pompous asses off. He didn't do this because, as Jesse said, he didn't have voices in his head. He was just following orders. He was operating on a filter that said Trump was Hitler, and therefore it would be immoral if you didn't take Hitler out. So his filter is actually making him logical. He's the sanest one in the group because he took them at their word. When MS Now says Trump is Hitler, he's the sensible one. He went out and went after Hitler. Now, if you told him he was wrong, would he listen? No, because you know this guy. You've run into this guy. They think they're right. This is the big point. The biggest problem, and I don't include you in this, Harold, the problem with the left is the lack of humility. This is what has always bothered people on the right. We believe in a higher power. We could be wrong. But for for the left, they can have ideas which turn into belief, which turn into an ideology, and there's no breaks to it, i.e. a higher power that might say, you know what? You could be wrong. This is a guy that when you read his stuff, he is right on everything. When you read his posts, when you read his, and then if something disappoints him, it's everybody's fault.
That's a very common trait. It's not my fault, it's your fault. And I know better than you because I'm smarter than you.
That's right.
And you're not quite eligible to be in the same room as me. There's a lot of arrogance there. Then the people on the right can have arrogance for sure. But maybe the progressive just can't be wrong.
This is exactly the same kind of person you run into at BLM, at Antifa, at any protest. Your liberal friend who thinks the world is out to get them, and yet they sit at home and they do nothing and they blame Trump. This event exposes that. It also exposes the myopic egoism of the media, who in the run-up to the dinner said, you know what, it's really about a threat against the press. And who brought on the threat? Well, it's this orange demon, Trump. But it turns out the guy who's getting shot at isn't the press. It's the orange demon that you have turned into a Hitlerian figure. He's the one facing the actual threat when all he's trying to do is what's best for the country. You may disagree with it, but you are the guys that created the rhetoric. So I think that this was a helpful assassination attempt because A, nobody got hurt. I'm not going to go with the conventional thing. Thank God, thank God, thank God. You can't write this off as a deranged person, and that is the lesson. You can learn how rhetoric turns into action, how there are security lapses in a hotel. How the hell was he not shot? Did he just trip? I mean, the Hilton, Paris Hilton is harder to get into than the DC Hilton. and I think the biggest thing here, and it kind of goes back to COVID in a way. It's how scientific minds, this guy was an engineer, can do evil because it's unfettered to a higher power. He was making the decisions. He had control, just like Fauci, just like everybody that tells you, you are wrong, I know better. That was the whole point of his screed. When you read it, didn't sound crazy to me. It sounded like a guy saying, dude, I'm smarter than you are. It's a Unabomber. But I'll tell you that.
How was he not shot?
Right.
I saw, Secret Service, on their knee. The guy can't be too far away.
I mean, he was running really fast.
Right.
Moving target.
Two guys shooting.
Maybe they're thinking they don't want to hit someone if they don't.
No,
hit
they didn't
him.
hesitate pulling the trigger. They just missed. So that is odd. You think that those guys probably be pretty good shots, I would think.
I would think.
They didn't have a rifle or anything. They weren't like snipers, but they were guys with guns that probably pretty good with them, practice all the time, I would hope. If you have a gun, you better practice so you know how to handle the things. Yeah. But anyway, there are certainly questions. And again, forensics has not confirmed that the Secret Service agent did not get hit from friendly fire. You had mentioned yesterday, gosh, I wonder if anybody else got hurt. Well, maybe he did. They'll be able to confirm that with the bullets and all that. And did the guy even squeeze off some? Witnesses say he did. Well, where are the bullets? Got to find them.
Mm-hmm.
And be able to find them and prove all that, and that's what they're going to do. All right, 217-359-2255. If you would like to jump on, you're always welcome. Fisher National Bank text line. We discuss stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't scream that you're wrong.
Morning therapy here on ESPN 93.5.
Can respectfully disagree. I think the normal Democrat today is Harold Ford Jr., John Fetterman, and Joe Manchin, who left. So there you go. It's 8:30.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. You could call it King's Day at the White House. King Charles and Queen Camilla's formal arrival ceremony will be followed by the King's speech before a joint meeting of Congress marking America's 250th. A California engineer now formally charged with trying to assassinate President Trump Saturday night. D.C. federal prosecutor Jeanine Pirro saying he was willing to kill whoever was in the way. The detention hearing on Thursday. No apology last night from ABC late night host Jimmy Kimmel.
It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not by any stretch of the definition a call to assassination, and they know that. I've been very vocal for many years speaking out against gun violence.
It was for his White House Correspondents' Dinner parody, saying the First Lady glowed like an expectant widow. America's listening to Fox News.
Have you been to Pards in Urbana? Well, you need to go to Pards in Urbana. Here's what people are saying. Great customer service, friendly staff. They treat you like family. I love Pards. I was very impressed. Great service. Very neat store. I was greeted and asked if they could help me. That's why you should go. Check them out. It's Pards in Urbana. They're between University and Maine. It's on Maple. Pards in Urbana, or visit pards.com. Pards.com.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Hi, this is Richard of Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights.
And I'm Selena, the other half. When something breaks or needs built right, we know you don't have time to wait.
That's why we handle everything from on-site repair to full turnkey facility projects.
With over 150 years of combined industry experience behind every job.
We're also your local dealer for Chief Ring System.
So you're getting equipment you can count on.
Give us a call at 217-574-5050.
Freedom Fabrication and Millwrights. Built on experience, powered by people.
Here's a look at local news. A man accused of breaking into a home in Farmers City facing charges. Police say an elderly woman alerted a neighbor Saturday night. An unknown man entered the home in the 600 block of East Water Street. The man refused to leave and attempted to prevent her from leaving to get help. Tim Murphy was taken into custody, then transported to DeWitt County Jail. Kids in the Champaign Park District's Engineering Good class spent time learning how engineers solve real-world problems. Students given community challenges and asked to design simple tools to help people. Instructors say the STEM program builds confidence, sparks early interest in future careers. Illinois House passed a bill requiring all high schools to offer nonpartisan voter registration to eligible students beginning in the 2026-27 school year. Measure named for the late Reverend Jesse Jackson. It aims to increase youth civic participation and now moves to the Senate for further consideration. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, Jim Miller, thank you. We check your weather. Again, we had 2 to 3 inches. Pretty much depends on the gauge. Could have been 1.5, could have been over 3.
Piatt County got 3, Greg had said.
Coming down, man. It was really in sheets and some hail a little bit.
Lots of pooling in the fields.
Well, there are. Saw a duck in the field floating.
Right.
Not good.
Look at everyone. Let's check weather for Central Illinois. Champaign Urbana vicinity hopefully made it through A-OK on the multiple browns and barrages of shower and thunderstorm activity, heavy and severe. Yesterday, widespread 1 to better than 2-inch rainfall totals, and of course, the high wind. Quieter days worth of weather ahead for the day today. We'll get into some degree of sunshine this afternoon, high at about 63. Gusty west-northwesterly wind. Back into shower activity by midnight tonight, maybe even a thunderstorm after midnight, low down to about 49. Tomorrow, a shower lingers in the morning, partly sunny skies, high about 62 on a northwest to north wind. Moisture amounts, by the way, much lesser and lighter. Plenty of standing water now in some of those fields here across east central Illinois and the Twin Cities area at large. Fair and cooler tomorrow night, lows near 40, partly cloudy, 61 on Thursday. Shower chance Friday, May 1st at 56. That's it. Upper 50s on Saturday with a frost patch in the morning. We'll moderate back into the 60s here for Sunday and Monday of next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, 835, ESPN 93.5. I was trying to look up to see how many come-from-behind victories the Cardinals have had this year. They did it again. I thought it was 7 or 8 already. How many come-from-behind victories have the St. Louis Cardinals had thus far in 2026? Question mark. Go to AI, see what they come up with. Took a whole 8 seconds. What the heck? As of now, St. Louis has had 7.
Wow.
Come from behind victories.
Okay.
How many wins do they have? Like 14. So half of their games are come from behind.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
7 come as of, wait a minute now. This is as probably now 8. I thought it was 7 before, so I think it's now 8.
St. Louis is 15 and 13 on the season.
Okay, because it's confirmed total as of mid to late April. Well, it's late April. I don't know if they got last night, though.
Right.
Anyway, that's pretty good.
Pirates are 16 and 13 on the season. So
yeah, how about the Pirates?
Yeah, this is a neck and neck kind of. What time is the game today? Cardinals right-hand pitcher Kyle Leahy will face Pirates Braxton Ashcraft on Tuesday night. It says it doesn't give a time on this story.
I put it in. I can't remember. Anyway, okay. We have an update, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
An update. Cardinals out of 15 wins have had 9 come from behind wins.
Okay.
I thought that was a thing. You don't tell a bunch of kids they can't come back. They don't know you don't do that in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals are very young and winning record so far. And the fact that every team in the Central has a winning record is so unusual.
Says Jose Furman hit the tie-breaking 2-run double after Pedro Paez and J.J. Weatherholt hit consecutive homers all in the 9th inning. As the St. Louis Cardinals rallied to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates Monday night 4-2.
So for me,
breaking up a perfect game bid in the 7th inning, but it looks like it's a combination of pitchers.
Yeah, they had a bunch of relievers called a bullpen start.
Okay,
where a whole bunch of guys. Dotel pitched 4 innings of it, but mostly it's like 1 inning, another guy, not 1 inning. And so we didn't have any base runners till the bottom of the 7th, and yet we win. So Fermin was here. At a Cardinal Caravan.
Okay.
A couple of years ago. Jose Fermin, I'm sure. But we know that Pajes was here, and we haven't had J.J. Weatherholt. He's been a hot commodity.
It's funny, my aspect of the Cardinal Caravan is so much different because you're back there with the media and you're interviewing the guys, and I'm working the mic, trying to get more money for the Champaign County Freedom Celebration.
I'm pretty sure I'm buddies with all these guys I talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know they remember
and
me.
you usually say, I'll post you up as one of your regular, I walk by and I see some of the media
I
talking.
did that
And you're
generally-
trash talking a lot of these guys.
Mostly for the tall guys or guys my height, okay? But normally, like for instance, I had Jordan Walker.
Yes.
He's a ginormous human.
I know it.
He really is.
I just saw that, picture of us near him in a selfie that I did when he came to town, and he's been hitting great.
He's had a pretty good year. He's cooled off a little.
Okay.
But he's done great. And Jordan Walker, I was talking, I mean, he was like, when he was here, 20, 21?
Right.
He's like a whole 23 or 4 now. Anyway, and I said, we're talking to Jordan Walker, and we are about the same height, sir. And he goes, no, we're not. I know you are, but what am I?
He's 23.
I know you are, but what am I? I was so childish.
He's 6'6".
He's a big kid.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's got a large body and a large head and a large everything. He's just a big boy.
Yeah.
And he has done really well. He had 5 or 6 home runs early. I don't know if he's had any since. Anyway, it's good to see Jordan Walker because they're talking about sending him to AAA.
I know.
Fixing him.
I mean, my family, Gary Ducey and my brother, and they seen him in, I think, Memphis.
Yeah.
Was the place that he was maybe rehabbing or something last year. Or maybe it was
I'm
just
happy,
a dry spell.
happy because he's very, all these Cardinal fans, and generally speaking, most of these guys I've met in AAA and the big leagues are gracious, they're humble, they're nervous. I mean, no matter who you are. I mean, Matt McClain, Cincinnati Reds second baseman, who I've talked to before because Jacob was with Cincinnati. And, he's number 1 pick out of UCLA, decided to stay at UCLA. Number 1 pick the next year. Number 1. That's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
But, he's hitting like 218. And they're talking about giving up on it. Oh, he's not going to work out. And so you're never immune to it. If you stop hitting, you stop playing. Unless you're investing a lot of money, then you get a whole bunch of chances. But at some point, it doesn't work. So anyway, it's amazing. Generally speaking, the more the company has invested in you, the bigger your chance to make it, because they're all great. Everybody at that level are really, truly great players. It's phenomenal. You're on a planet of over 8 billion people, and I don't even know what that percentage would be. You're talking about 600 or 700 kids. That's about it. And the rest of them are one of 220 minor league clubs getting dirt money trying to make it. And then you got all the great college players. That's not even professional baseball.
I know.
That's just that level. And the college kids are great.
I know.
They're really good at baseball. You go to an Illinois baseball game, man, that guy's good.
Yeah.
Okay. What about class low A? Go see how fast they throw. They all throw 95 now. Used to be 90. That's
Well,
rough.
and you're more empathetic to all of this with your son-in-law, Jacob Hurtubise, who's now under the Milwaukee Brewers organization.
Yep. Playing Nashville AAA. So, but I mean, everybody throws hard. Everybody has amazing curve. I mean, it's just the subtlety between AAA and the big leagues is certainly there. Jacob just said they're just all, in the big leagues, they're all polished. AAA, you might not have the complete polish. You got some. But the difference is that the hitters in the big leagues can take a ball that is 1 inch off of perfect and smoke it. And sometimes they hit a home run off your perfect pitch. They're just so good. They're professionals. They're professional hitters. And they've done this for a very long time. And it's extraordinary, the talent and how hard it is. Can you imagine being a pro anything, getting paid to play sports? You're in such a thin air area. It's just hard, really difficult at any sport. And here we got 4 Fighting Illini basketball players in the NBA.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I
With
mean,
the news this week about Andrei Stojakovic, and he's going to give it a go. But he can come back.
I guess I didn't know this, but I'm told that unless you declare, you don't get information. In other words, Now he'll have the full sheet on what he needs to do to get to the NBA. And for Andre, my guess is you got to shoot the three, not like your dad, but you got to shoot it better.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Stojakovic shot the three, I think, in the 20%, 25%, somewhere in the 20s. And so he goes to the basket. In my opinion, Andre's totally NBA going to the basket. I mean, he can go to the basket like an NBA player.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to make the three. If he makes a three, if he comes out and shoots 40% from three, he'll be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, one more year with us, and it will build him and get him stronger with Fletch. I mean,
remember the leap Terrence Shannon took?
Yeah.
He was really good junior year. He was great senior year.
Yeah.
Went to the Elite Eight, and we ran into Connecticut. So anyway, we're going to get Connecticut again coming up the United Center later this year. Get another shot at Danny Hurley. Anyway,
back to baseball real quick. The Nashville Sounds. Everybody says that's a great place to see a game. Have you seen Jacob in action?
I'm planning to go.
Okay.
But not yet, but it's a gorgeous place.
And I just went online to look, and they have Banana Ball coming in. That's in mid-June.
Those are like the Globetrotters of baseball.
It is.
And they got, I know Janet said they had a massive scoreboard shaped like a guitar.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And they have all kinds of video and pictures of the players and all that stuff. So, no, pretty cool. It is pretty cool, and it is high level, but every single one of them are trying to make the next day, the next roster. If you make the 40-man roster, Jacob was on that for a while, over a year with Cincinnati. It's a whole different level. If you're on the 40-man roster, it's like they protect you. You get all the insurance and all the stuff, probably better than any U of I insurance. It's just really good. But it's hard to stay.
Yeah.
Because they're moving these kids around all the time, and all of a sudden this guy from Dominica is really good, and he's only 20, and they're just constantly trying to get your job. It's hard work. All right, 8:45.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio, perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
You ever notice how 1 yard on the block just looks better? Since 1977, Spring Green has been the locally owned neighborhood lawn care, pest control, and tree care expert right here in Central Illinois. Not cookie-cutter treatments, real tailored care from professionals who live and work where you do. So your lawn, greener, your trees, healthier, your backyard, ready for everything spring throws at it? Visit spring-green.com and see what your yard's been missing. Spring Green, local, trusted, growing strong since 1977.
Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is ready to help you combine home and auto and save right here in Champaign-Urbana. Call 352-1411 today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
ESPN 93.5, it is 8:47. So we'll wrap the show. We'll come back this afternoon with Curtis and Evan on, they were not able, Tuscola got flooded yesterday.
Yeah.
And Curtis could not make it, and Evan had all kinds of things with the storm. So Anyway, they'll be back today.
Well, we really ran into a situation, especially with this happening during school and in my hometown of Tolono, with the power going off and the tornado warnings, where you need the kids to remain calm and be able to know what to do on a drill and things like that. It was real time yesterday.
You know how you make most of the kids calm? Be the parent.
Yeah.
Parent freaks out, kid freaks out.
Yep.
And just like a coach.
And
Coach freaks
same
out.
with the teachers and all that.
Well, the teachers, I'm sure.
We got a plan. It'll be fine.
I'm sure they've been trained.
Right.
But I mean, you know what? It's how you react. You know, everything. The kids are going to react how parents react, and some parents are very freaked out about it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Take it seriously. Be nervous if you want. That's fine. But just your brain works better if you're calm.
Yes.
Calmer.
Remember back in the day going to the coat closet or whatever and, keeping your head down and going
get in the hall. Yeah. No, that's right. Okay.
I was at St. Thomas, and that was always a fun time in the little coat
Fun
closet.
time going to the coat closet during a storm? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. Fisher National Bank is a locally owned community bank serving Champaign and Vermilion counties. They're your friends and neighbors taking a vested interest in the communities they serve. Last year alone, Fisher National volunteered over 750 hours of community service. By investing in the people they serve, Fisher National Bank shares in the success of a stronger community. Learn more at fishernational.com or any of the branches. Fisher National Bank, exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Craving something delicious and a place to kick back? Hit the road to Roadrunner Station in Camargo. They're serving up handmade wood-fired pizzas that are bursting with flavor in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Bring the whole crew, enjoy the bar, check out the gaming room, and make a night of it. And you've got to try their specialty pizzas, like the fully loaded Everything But the Tractor, or the sweet and savory Hawaiian Hitchhiker. Great pizza, great vibes, and great times at Roadrunner Station in Camargo.
All right, Tim. Gale Ferrex Trucking, you're looking for some wonderful drivers, aren't you?
We're looking for some reliable professional drivers, and we just decided now through the end of May we're going to do our $4,000 sign-on bonus to qualified drivers. That's 23 years old, 2 years experience, safe background, safe driving history, and we'll put into work and make them some money and get them home on weekends.
Do you think any other trucking company offers that kind of a deal between now and the end of May, and then also you're home on weekends?
Yeah, and things are looking up right now.
And Dedicated Diesel and Gale Ferrex Trucking, you can reach Tim Onstadt how? TIMO@gftlog.com is my email. They can get my cell phone at 765-505-1295. The office, 765-793-7131, extension 4. Tim Onstadt, thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Why use Land's Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry.
Hi, it's Wes from Land's Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Our mission at Land's is to provide top-tier service, prioritize our customers with upfront pricing, and maintain exceptional communication. We assure you at Land's we will only recommend what you truly need, from regular maintenance on your home's mechanical systems with the Land's Comfort family to replacement of existing equipment. Now would be a great time to consider updating your HVAC system. Visit us at landsinc.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. As expected, multiple rounds of thunderstorm activity and shower activity yesterday. Boy, those rain totals in the range of 1 to better than 2 inches across the area. Back into muddy mode and standing water out there out on the back 40. Partly sunny skies this afternoon. Cloud cover for this morning and a high about 63. Gusty west-northwesterly winds will fade. Back into shower activity for tonight. Maybe a late-night thunderstorm. Lows near 50. Tomorrow, maybe a shower threat early to mid-morning, then partly sunny for the afternoon and 62. A partly cloudy, dry Thursday at 61. Shower chances back in for the day on Friday. That's May 1st. Partly sunny skies, but cool weather. Daytime readings both Saturday and Friday only in the mid to upper 50s. Matter of fact, come Saturday morning, a frost patch in mid-30s there. Heading back into the 60s for Sunday and Monday. Shower chances return early next week, and another lobe of cool air settles in for the middle and late portions of next week as well. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm Delicious, Greg Soldier.
Yeah, when the Secret Service grabbed Donald Trump, he fell. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talking about that, but that didn't look like it felt good.
I know.
79, going to turn 80.
Right.
And they had him, and then J.D. Vance, the Secret Service, grabbed him by the shoulders and had a control of his suit jacket and just lifted him up.
Yeah.
And then he went with him.
That's right.
But those guys, have to be pretty strong. Generally, tall is better because you take the bullet. You want to be taller than the person you're protecting. That was one of the criticisms at Butler, PA, where they had some very smallish women.
I see.
That wasn't going to protect anything but his waist or chest. But you got to take that. You're signing up to take the bullet.
Yikes.
And that's what Tim McCarthy took a
I'd
bullet
be
for.
wearing like a knight's uniform with armor.
Couldn't move very
all
quickly
around.
with your armor.
What are you doing, Diane? I'm here to protect the president.
You remember the Tim McCarthy was there when Ronald Reagan was shot, a U of I grad that jumped in front, took a bullet, I think, in the gut. Reagan was shot. James Brady, who was disabled after that and was a big gun advocate when John Hinckley, remember him? He was trying to impress actress Jodie Foster.
That's right.
That's the guy that lost his marbles. Didn't they let him out? I think they let John Hinckley out.
Really?
I thought he got out. Was John Hinckley released as your search words there? I think they did. Or he'd been trying for years. His parents are very wealthy, but I'm sure his parents are probably passed. But that was 1981. I remember hearing the news. It was just, oh my gosh. And he was waving and everything, and there's no way you'd get that close today, but he wasn't very far away. Had a handgun. Okay, we are done. Don't forget our Stever Jets Pizza, giving out $50 bills to a fantastic pizza.
Yes.
Jets, go to gostever.com, gostever.com. You're not a member, you can sign up for free and
John
enter.
Hinckley is out of jail at the age of 70.
70.
No further restrictions or court supervision.
Okay, thank you.
All right, enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Meet back on the radio tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Have a great Tuesday.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
At Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people with amazing service, great design advice, and unbeatable selection and the best prices in town. It's the perfect time to update your home with waterproof flooring, carpet, hardwood, tile, and more. Then complete your rooms by shopping our incredible selection of furniture and accessories. We also offer great financing options. Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery, we're flooring people.
Former Illini Terrence Shannon Jr. of the Minnesota Timberwolves about Ben Quattrone from Sarah Champagne.
What kind of friend has he been?
Unbelievable. Ever since I came to this dealership, me and Ben had interactions. He's been a great person this whole time. It still is. I always would recommend him to anybody about a car or anything. He's always going to be there for you no matter what. He always be behind you. He's just a great person.
Visit sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Jesse with Land's Drain Cleaning. Do you have your sewer line cleaned every year? Are you constantly getting roots or blockages? Why deal with that headache year after year? Call Land's Drain Cleaning today at 217-355-5512 to have our expert staff come out, clean your line. We give you a free camera inspection, show you what's wrong, where it's at, and then we can offer you a repair for that problem so you don't have to deal with it again. Land's Drain Cleaning. Why call anyone else?
We're talking with Riley Khachaturian, realtor with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. Do you envision being friends with the people that you close houses with? I mean, does that keep going?
Oh, absolutely. I love getting to check back in with them a couple weeks after, a couple months after, a year later. It's a really cool part that we get to stay with them and be a resource for them, but also to get to be a friend.
All right, as a real estate agent, it's kind of a 24/7. You're thinking about stuff. You got to make this call. You got to check on these questions, and that's okay?
Yeah, I think it's a job that really is kind of a lifestyle. People are trusting you with something really big, and so you want to be available, be ready when they have a question or they're freaking out about something. I want to be the person they text so I can reassure them or provide information.
Riley, how can people reach you?
They can find me online at rkhachaturian.coldwellhomes.com or via phone 217-552-5055.
What is most important in your life? This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. If you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
We're talking with Brad Thornsborough from Grizzly's Chimney Sweep. Brad, what do you guys do?
We can do just about everything, all the way from repairing chimneys, building them, tuck pointing them, cleaning them, realigning them, gas logs, gas inserts, wood inserts, freestanding wood stoves also.
Why is it important to have checkups?
Very important to have checkups because even in the last 2 weeks, I've been to 2 customers' houses that had chimney fires. I've been doing this for 19 years. If we ever see an issue up above, we take pictures so that the customer knows that we're not just making things up, that we can actually show them what we're seeing, explain how we're going to fix it, and then they'll feel comfortable with us fixing it.
You guys feel wonderful about what you do because you know you're doing great, honest work with a local mom and pop kind of a company that really services the Central Illinois area.
Yes, and we're all certified. We learn about the new techniques or anything that we may need to see while we're up there besides the experience that our company has.
Contact Grizzly's Chimney Sweep at grizzlysweep.com.